Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. You probably did that because you want to know how to get better at photography, which is a fair point. Or you want to know how you can find your style. Maybe. That's something that I struggled with for a long time, and I still struggle with it actually. But the main point of this video is going to be my personal opinion on the best way to get better at your photography. So the point I made before about finding your style is something that I struggled with for a very, very long time. And like I said, I still do. I don't think I've found my style yet. I've been doing photography for about 2 years, maybe a bit over 2 years now. And I personally feel like I have gone nowhere at all. I feel like I haven't progressed at all. Until I went to look back at some old pictures that I took with some old cameras and realized that my style has changed immensely. And I have gotten better. I'm still not as good as I want to be. I still don't consider myself good at all. But I did get better, and it gave me this small glimpse of hope, which I want to pass on to whoever is watching. So what I did a lot was I compared myself to a lot of the photographers that I saw on my Instagram feed. People reposting Saul Leiter pictures, or, you know, Joel Meyerowitz or Gary Winogrand, all those really talented photographers, like showing work that they have accumulated across years and years of taking pictures. And I saw myself and my work, and I was like, what am I doing? And comparing myself to these giants when I had just started, it didn't make any sense, but it made sense to me at the time. Instead of comparing yourself to these people, take bits of what they're doing and use that in your photography as inspiration for yourself. One thing I hear a lot about why someone thinks they're not getting better at their photography is that they don't think they have the right gear. I disagree and I agree at the same time, because I was like that as well. I first had a Nikon D3200, which I bought for like $150 or something like that, which isn't expensive, but it was still a pretty penny at the time. But once you get past that honeymoon stage and you start to see that there's a world of cameras out there, and there are new ones coming out almost every year, every couple of months even, you start to think like, wow, like, is my 10-year-old camera even good enough? Well, the answer to that is, like, it depends. It depends if you're good enough, if you're willing to make that camera work for you. I've changed my cameras pretty often throughout my time with photography. And I'll be honest with you, what I shoot with right now is a Fujifilm X Pro 3, right here. And it's let it focus. Yeah. This is my dream camera, by the way. When I started looking into the world of like cameras and photography and stuff like that, this is the camera that I wanted. That's the camera that I needed in my hands. And I got it. But the thing is that I worked my way up to it. I started out with a D3200, had my time with that. And once I felt like I knew the ins and outs of that camera, I said, okay, I can switch now. And that's when I got a Canon SL2. I enjoyed that camera. It was good. It was fine, but it still helped me discover myself as a photographer, and it helped me get better. And I did learn some things. What those things are, I don't know. once I felt like my time was up with this camera, like I knew it like the back of my hand, I don't know if that's the expression, I went out and got a Fujifilm X-T2. I spent the longest time with this camera than any of my other cameras, except the X Pro 3. I love this camera. I really, really, really loved it. At the time, because I had only had DSLR shaped cameras, or even just straight up DSLRs at that time, and I just felt like that was what was superior. I was hooked on this idea that megapixels were important, so I wanted more megapixels. But the thing is that, so that's when I decided. I said, okay, I want my X Pro 3 now. But I didn't want to just jump into it because I had never tried or even held like a rangefinder style camera. So I decided to get the X Pro 2. I skipped the X Pro 1 because I think it was less megapixels and I was just an idiot. Anyway, I had my time with that, and I'll be completely honest with you, did not like the X Pro 2 that much. I don't know why. I wasn't having a good time with my X Pro 2. But after that it was very short-lived, but after that, I got to my X Pro 3, and I will never go back. Gear is not the be-all end-all of your journey as a photographer. I know plenty of photographers that still only use like their 10-year-old camera. You have Samuel Streetlife that went back to the DSLR. I don't know which one he had.
The Nikon D850.
But he went back to an older camera. It doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter, but it matters very little. And you should focus on getting better yourself, like bettering your own photography, than to look into things that you think are gonna make you better. It's not it. If you put like $2,000 running shoes, you're not suddenly Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? Another way to get better at photography is to... Holy... Am I ascending to heaven? What's going on? What the hell? Now, the number one thing that I will suggest that personally helped me get better at my photography is to go out to shoot every single day. And I don't mean like, oh, I'll shoot on Monday, and on Tuesday I'll take a little rest, and on Wednesday we'll go. No, every single day, multiple times a day, even if you can. Taking a couple pictures doesn't take you forever. Even if let's say you're out for 15 hours a day, bring a camera with you. Try different things with that camera while you have it. Shoot every day. You will create this muscle memory in your head, and it'll just become second nature to you to take bangers every day. Do it. Just shoot every day. Trust me. It's a slow process, but you will reap the rewards. I promise you. Shoot every day, dude.